Cryptocurrency, one of the most uncertain markets to be in. Cryptos crash all the time, but this time the scale of the crash is insane. About $43 billion was lost that day. The drop was so big that it affected almost every single mega cryptocurrency on the planet. Some poor people, without knowing anything properly, just after seeing people making some money, just blindly invest in bullshit Bitcoin or some shit. I am somebody who never actually believed in these stuff. These are just great market manipulation scam to me. If you guys don't have a clue what we are talking about, then check out this video. Here I talk in depth about what this crypto and NFT thing is. Any newbie will understand it extremely easily, trust me. Everybody knows that there are two types of cryptocurrencies. If we divide them in terms of reliability, I guess, stable coins and unstable ones. Today's mega crash is brought to you by an algorithmic stable TERRA coins like USD Tether and USDC coins. These are mainly stable because they are directly connected with the value of a dollar, not any other dollars. It's directly connected to the US dollars. That explains the name for you. So what the fuck is algorithmic stablecoin? Let's understand. In the case of the Terra blockchain, which runs the largest algorithmic stablecoin platform, the algorithmic Tango is performed by USD, a stablecoin, and Terra. Terra's native cryptocurrency that backs the stablecoin is Luna. Over the past year, however, a new form of stablecoin has emerged that differs in its collateralization. Algorithmic stablecoins such as Terra USD, Magic Internet Money, Brax, and Neutrino USD are some examples of those. These are called algorithmic because what backs them is an on-chain algorithm that facilitates a change in supply and demand between them and other cryptocurrency that pops them up. Algorithm can be obfuscating word, but it simply means a set of code that instructs a process. So for example, what you get to see on your Facebook timeline is determined by Facebook's timeline algorithms, which include things like how relevant the post is to you based on your past online behavior. In crypto, an algorithm refers to pieces of code on the blockchain as encoded on the set of smart contracts. Algorithmic stablecoins typically rely on two tokens, one stablecoin and another cryptocurrency that backs the stablecoins, and so the algorithm or the smart contract regulates the relationship between the two. To prevent the price of stablecoins depegging, moving away from $1 while subject to market conditions, algorithms regulate supply and demand. When there is too much demand for an asset but little supply of it, the price of that asset goes up. The algorithm's promise is to keep this in check. So when Terra drops its values, it needs backing from its sister coin Luna to go back to its original value of $1, around $1 I guess. When the USD supply is too small and demand for it is too high, the price of USD goes above $1 to bring USD back to its peg. The Terra protocol lets users trade $1 for Luna for $1 at the Terra station portal. This trade burns $1 of Luna and mints $1, which users can sell for $1.01 and pocket a profit of 1 cent. It doesn't sound like a lot, but these profits really add up when done in large quantities. Users can mint as much USD as needed from burnt Luna USD until USD goes back down to $1. As the supply increases, the price eventually comes down, or that's at least the logic behind it. When the supply is too large and the demand is too low, the opposite happens. The price of USD goes below $1, so the protocol lets users to do the opposite as above. Users can buy $1 for $0.99, then trade USD for $1 of Luna. The trade burns $1 and mints $1 of Luna, netting the aggregate trader a profit of $0.1, which is not much. When done in large quantity, it really bags a huge amount of profit, because people don't buy like $10 or $15 of USD. They buy in chunks, in millions and billions. You understand? These are not some child's play. Defending USD means sacrificing Luna's price since it increases Luna's supply, and the greater supply means selling pressure on a token's price. As a result, Luna violently falling more than 97% to as low as $0.88. Terra USD maintains or is supposed to maintain its 1:1 parity with the US dollar via algorithmic relationship with Terra's native cryptocurrency Luna. Behind the relationship is an aggregate opportunity that presents itself every time USD loses its peg in either direction. when we are looking at the graph, we can see that around the date 5/11/2022, the price of the Bitcoin was fairly normal. But when we go ahead and see where the graph is going, the graph is continuously going down and then just a slight tad bit up, and then again down, then slight tad bit up, then again down slope starts, and then it settles a bit for like couple of hours, I guess, and then it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Okay, whatever. Let's don't sing that, otherwise I'll get copyright by Trevor Phillips, I guess. Okay, so let's see the graph again. The graph just kept going down and down and down and down. It just never went up again. But when we are looking at the value of the coin in the graphs, we can see the market value and the price also dips, like the value drops from $5 to like 0.2 or 0.3, 0.02, numbers like that. Just it like crashed like a freaking rocket, going up, but doing it backwards, I guess. You understand the analogy I'm giving you there? This crash is just so fucking huge that I can't even comprehend how many people lost their lives savings, I guess, in this stupid little shitty algorithmic stablecoin. May 11, 2022, the open value of TERRA is like $17.45, and then the highest in that day goes like $19, and then the lowest goes like $0.8, around $1, I guess. So it was almost the closest to $1, but just one day before that, just one day. If we are seeing the data of May 9, 2022, the amount of the open value of the currency is like $84.13, and the highest that day was like $65.14, and the lowest that day was $32.00. So people were making bonkers amount of money from this Bitcoin if they had bought it early when the value was not that high. And when we go forward in time, then we can see the downslope, what we just saw in the graph, I guess. That's the main question. Let's explore some possibilities and look at founder of this coin, because he's a man of culture, man. He's a fucking joker.
UST! 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 Alright guys, now I feel like the BitConnect guys. So...
What happened at next is the thing called Anchor Protocol, savings, lending and borrowing platform that's built on TERRA blockchain. But at some point their deposit really started dropping in huge numbers. Once those TERRA deposits in UST really started going down, every value, the Luna and the US TERRA started falling down to absolute center of this planet, which is absolutely nothing, which is absolutely nothingness. But again, because of the loss and deposits on Anchor, and what happened is that as the value went down, so as a result people started selling a crap ton of TERRA in an instant, and massive withdrawals were happening left and right. So this is basically how one of the leading stablecoin backed by algorithm lost all of its value and became absolutely valueless. It's a huge money loss. People genuinely went broke after this fucked up incident. Wanna see some instant karma? Here is our UST and the Luna founder talking shit on other currencies in just 9 days before this incident.
You think are entering the space just because it's hot and there's a lot of funding versus the ones that will still be here, you know, like 2 to 5 years later.
95% are gonna die.
Yeah.
95% are going to die.
What our Sir Dokwan have to say about this huge crash that happened in just a couple of days ago. Just listen to this.
We have sort of a something called a protocol Armageddon at the company. So what protocol Armageddon is that's a kill switch. So whenever we feel like we're no longer in a position to be able to best serve the community, we pull the trigger and 24 hours we're gone.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? How much bullshit can you guys throw at us, man? I'm not falling for it. And nobody else on the internet with a brain. So, moral of the story, Luna crashed cause the founder of its currency was quite the jerk. I don't know if this is funny or tragic that millions of dollars worth of crypto is now worth for like thousands or hundreds of dollars, I guess. or even in pennies. It could be worth in pennies, I guess, in 5 or 7 days in from now. Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, 4chan, everywhere the chaos is fucking insane. Investors lost, houses, life savings, which is genuinely sad but a bit funny too, I guess, in some aspects. Lessons learned by this whole fucking story. Don't billionaires. Don't build Ponzi scheme. Don't be a jerk. Be aware of algorithmic stablecoins.